Did you know that the U.S. Postal Service announced earlier this year that it would stop delivering mail on Saturdays? Did you know they changed their mind? Did you know that we still had a postal service? Didn't you get my email? The first documented evidence of a postal service dates back to 550 before the Common Era in ancient Persia, when King Cyrus the Great set up stations called houses of couriers, where riders could rest and change horses while carrying messages across the region. The mail was mostly comprised of intelligence gathering and tax collection, and probably Persian rug catalogs. The unofficial motto of today's postal service also dates back to ancient Persia. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stayed these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed round. The first postal service in the American colonies was established in 1692 by a grant from King William and Queen Mary. The colonists eventually got tired of the British snooping through their mail, among other things, so on July 26, 1775, the Second Continental Congress formed the United States Post Office, with Benjamin Franklin serving as the first Postmaster General. No, he didn't deliver mail by kite. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 7 of the United States Constitution, known as the Postal Clause, empowered Congress to establish local post offices and post roads to connect them. It set up a hub-and-spoke system with Washington as the first hub and primary sorting center. Over time, our mail has been delivered on foot, on horseback, on wagons, boats, trucks, sleds, and airplanes. In fact, in some parts, it's still delivered by mule. Mule, the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse, but not a hinny. That's the offspring of a male horse and a female donkey. Must be a union thing. The town of Supai, Arizona, located at the bottom rim of the Grand Canyon, is home to 525 Havasupai Native Americans and is inaccessible even to helicopters and airplanes, so mail is delivered there 5 days a week by mules carrying 200 pounds of mail on the 5-hour trip. Who cares about the speed when it's mostly bills anyway? To speed up delivery in 1936, 2 rockets filled with mail were launched from Greenwood Lake, New York toward Hewitt, New Jersey. The rockets crash-landed on a frozen lake where the Hewitt postmaster got the mail bags and finished the delivery. The post office decided this method was too expensive and dangerous, and they didn't want to have to update their motto to include rocket failure. Today, a lot of people are asking, do we still need a government agency that thinks it might be a good idea to deliver mail by rocket? That's a difficult question to answer. For one thing, despite what it says in the Constitution, the Postal Service is no longer a government agency. After a strike in 1970, President Nixon abolished the U.S. Post Office Department and created the U.S. Postal Service as an independent agency with a monopoly on delivering mail, but not on delivering packages. That was good news for UPS and FedEx. While set up to run as a for-profit business, the Postal Service must still ask Congress for permission to raise rates, close down unproductive facilities, or provide other services to actually make it profitable. This could be why it's $16 billion in the red and wanted to end Saturday deliveries. Or we could blame email. Email has become the preferred method of communications for office and business correspondence. A 2010 study found that the average knowledge worker receives 93 emails a day. How do they find any time to play solitaire? Email and e-cards replace so much of personal letters and greeting cards that the volume of first-class mail has dropped by 50% in the past decade. Meanwhile, electronic bill paying has become safer and more convenient than ever before. Is this the end of the Postal Service? Should I send it a Get Well e-card or a sympathy one? For the time being, go with Get Well. 1 out of 5 people in the US do not have access to the internet for email or bill paying. Any congressional cuts to postal services will result in the loss of tens of thousands of jobs, something no politician wants on their resume. And a lot of people still like to get real birthday cards, especially if they contain checks from grandma. But to stay in business, the US Postal Service needs to evolve. One suggestion is to allow it to provide digital encrypted mailboxes. Another is to store mail and packages at post offices and notify customers electronically to come and pick them up. Maybe the NSA could offer a service we can trust. Rain, sleet, hail, or gloom, I'm Kegan, and this is Rocketboom.